Dictation will start abruptly after 5 seconds. Even after the decision of this court in the state of Madras versus Gannon Dunkerley and Company Limited, it was quite possible that where a contract entered into in connection with the construction of a building consisted of two parts, namely one part relating to the sale of materials used in the construction of the building by the contractor to the person who had assigned the contract, and another part dealing with the supply of labor and services. Sales tax was leviable on the goods which were agreed to be sold under the first part, but sales tax could not be levied when the contract in question was a single and indivisible works contract. After the 46th Amendment, the works contract, which was an indivisible one, is by a legal fiction altered into a contract which is divisible into one for sale of goods and the other for supply of labor and services. After the 46th Amendment, it has become possible for the states to levy sales tax on the value of goods involved in a works contract in the same way in which the sales tax was leviable on the price of the goods and materials supplied in a building contract which had been entered into in two distinct and separate parts as stated above. It could not have been the contention of the revenue prior to the 46th Amendment that when the goods and materials had been supplied under a distinct and separate contract by the contractor for the purpose of construction of a building, the assessment of sales tax could be made ignoring the restrictions and conditions incorporated in Article 286 of the Constitution. If that was the position, can the states contend after the 46th Amendment, under which, by a legal fiction, the transfer of property in goods involved in a works contract was made liable to payment of sales tax, that they are not governed by Article 286 while levying sales tax on sale of goods involved in a works contract. They cannot do so. When the law creates a legal fiction, such fiction should be carried to its logical end. There should not be any hesitation in giving full effect to it. If the power to tax a sale in an ordinary sense is subject to certain conditions imposed by the Constitution, in view of the foregoing statements with regard to the passing of the property in goods which are involved in works contract and the legal fiction created by clause 29A of article 366 of the Constitution, it is difficult to agree with the contention of the states that the properties that are transferred to the owner in the execution of a works contract are not the goods involved in the execution of the works contract, but a conglomerate, that is the entire building that is actually constructed. After the 46th Amendment, it is not possible to accede to the plea of the states that what is transferred in a works contract is the right in the immovable property. We are surprised at the attitude of the states which have put forward the plea that on the passing of the 46th Amendment, the Constitution had conferred on the states a larger freedom than what they had before in regard to their power to levy sales tax under entry 54 of the state list. The 46th Amendment does no more than making it possible for the states to levy sales tax on the price of goods and materials used in works contracts as if there was a sale of such goods and materials. We do not accept the argument that subclause B of Article 366(29)(a) should be read as being equivalent to a separate entry in list second of the 7th schedule to the Constitution, enabling the states to levy tax on sales and purchases independent of entry 54 thereof. As the Constitution exists today, the power of the states to levy taxes on sales and purchases of goods, including the deemed sales and purchases of goods under Clause 29A of Article 366, is to be found only in entry 54 and not outside it. We may recapitulate here the observations of the Constitution Bench in the case of Bengal Immunity Company Limited, in which this court has held that the operative provisions of the several parts of Article 286, which imposes restrictions on the levy of sales tax by the states, are intended to deal with different topics, and one could not be projected or read into another, and each one of them has to be obeyed while any sale or purchase is taxed under entry 54 of the state list. Thus, this court in Builders Association clarified that the power to levy tax under Article 366 did not vest in the state's power to tax works contracts themselves.